Welcome back to WHITMAS. It's a beautiful day to be alive and a beautiful day for a leg workout. Am I right? I'm not wrong. Alright, so today I'm going to be taking you through a complete leg and booty workout, baby. Who doesn't love leg day? Me, honestly, I don't love leg day anymore. I know it's been the longest bit since I've done a complete workout here on YouTube. That's because my videographer, she up and left me, but I'll find a new one. Don't worry, okay? We'll get the workouts going again here on YouTube. But leg day, I can always just film myself, you know? I just put the camera in the back, you know? Here's my butt crack. That's what I'll be doing today. I hope you guys enjoy this workout. If you do, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and never get to subscribe so you never miss a fit tip with Whit again. All right, well, you know what? It's time for my pre-workout. Okay, listen, I used to love leg day. I loved it, I did. It brought me so much joy. For the first 2 years of lifting, all I wanted to lift was legs. And boy, oh boy, have the tables turned. How the tables have turned, you know, because I don't love leg day anymore. I love upper body. Step one of getting pumped up for leg day. If you're not feeling legs anymore, here's step one. Put a cute gym outfit on. I'll show you mine, hold on. Here's my gym outfit for the day. I'm wearing the camo seamless in lilac gray. So stinking cute. Don't look at my room. That's very disrespectful of you. I know that it's dirty. Thank you. Anyways, this and the green are still my favorite camo because it's so subtle, you know? Is it camo or is it texture? What is it? I'm gonna pop on the long sleeve crop top on top, you know? Winter needs some coverage. And I'm gonna put on my Metcons. I'm still wearing my Metcons for leg day. Anyways, step number one, complete. Step number two, we need pre-workout. Y'all know I can't work out without pre-workout. That'd be absurd, come on. I ran out of my favorite pre-workout yesterday. This is the pink guava flavor. There's nothing left. Whoa. I gotta finish off these last 2 bottles of pre-workout. But here's the problem. This is a stimulant-free pre-workout. I love mixing this in with my pre-workout on leg day especially. I mean, listen, this pump product, it makes your butt look so good. Nothing's better than when you finish your hip thrust and you're just walking to get some water, restroom break. That's what my butt looks like. Shout out pump. So, gonna make my pre-workout. I don't know, man, because Witch's Brew, it's not gonna mix well with this black cherry. So I guess I'm going for Arctic White. All right, I got my water, gonna mix in some pump. 1 scoop of pre-workout, gotta get the caffeine plus the pump. Oh, I gotta add my straw. These are my favorite reusable straws because they're bendy and then they sit in here nice and tight and you can bend it in. Listen, you gotta have a straw when you're drinking your pre-workout on the way to the gym. I already got my Hydro Flask full of water. We're gonna do this, we can do this, and that's what matters. If I can do this, then you can do this. Let's do this, girl. I'll see you at the gym. All right, just got to the gym. I still start every single leg workout with the noise cancellation. It feels like I'm talking to myself. Still start every single leg workout off with glute activation. It has completely changed my glutes and my leg days. If you have a hard time feeling exercises in your glutes, then please get yourself a band and do some of these exercises that I just did. Glute activation exercises help get the blood flowing, a good pump going in your glutes. I really take the time to focus on squeezing and emphasizing my glutes through these exercises before I hit the weights. So then by the time I hit the weights, my glutes, they're awake. Huh? That was cute, right? I always start off with some side steps. I go back and forth until basically I can't anymore. And then I'll do some kickbacks, some diagonal kickbacks. I love doing glute bridges, sumo squats, any sort of exercise that's going to help get my glutes pumped and ready to go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start setting up my barbell for hip thrusts. Hip thrusts have completely changed my life and my glutes. For the first couple years I was lifting, I was never doing hip thrusts. And so I wasn't seeing tremendous growth in my glutes because I wasn't isolating just the glutes. I have 2 leg days a week and the first leg day of the week always starts out with hip thrusts. Today I'm gonna go for 4 sets of 8, maybe a burnout set, haven't decided yet, but I'm excited. The glutes are gonna be crying. Oh, I'm rhyming like crazy today. So I always like to start off with 1 warm-up set with a lighter weight before I add that weight on. I wanna make sure that my form is good, my glutes are activated, and I'm feeling the exercise where I should be feeling it before I add that weight on. And you know, sometimes That's how you get injured, okay? Now remember on hip thrust to be tucking your chin. You want your chin tucked to your chest. You want to be on a bench or a box that is about knee height. And I like to place that bench just underneath my shoulder blades. After my warm-up set, I'm feeling good. I doubled up that weight and I went in for 4 sets of 8 hip thrusts. Holy heckin' Bob. Glutes on fire, baby. Now because these sets are very difficult and I am really pushing myself here, I do take a good 2 to 3 minute rest in between these hip thrusts. You want to give yourself that time to rest for 2 minutes, recover, sip on a little bit of water, and make sure that you are good to go for your next set. It is important to take that rest period so that your form stays good through every single set. After hip thrust, we are now moving into deficit split lunges. The deficit is definitely more of an advanced movement, so take that plate out if you've never done this before or you are more of a beginner. You can also swap the barbell here out with dumbbells. That's the awesome thing about lifting is you can make modifications where you need it based off of the level and the comfort that you are currently at. So today I am front loading the barbell, meaning that I will be holding it in front, which is actually going to place a bit more emphasis on my quads, okay? These split squats are about to kill your quads, baby. Now the reason for the deficit is that it's going to give you a bit more room to go up and down. In a split squat, you want to focus on pressing through your heel on the way up. Make sure that that front foot stays very flat. I've noticed some people tend to go up on their toes. You want to focus on keeping your weight pressing through your heel and squeezing and activating your glute on the way up. We're doing 3 sets of 8 reps on each leg. So you want to rest after you finish 8 reps on each leg, and then even for this movement I'm taking a good 2 to 3 minute rest in between these sets, really making sure that I'm allowing myself the time to recover. Now on the 3rd set I did step it up just a little bit by adding 8 pulses straight after 8 split squats. Holy heckin' Bob, your quads will be on fire. This is my friend Mason. We've been friends since 2016.
16?
He is single.
I am 17 now.
He's 6 feet, 500 feet tall.
That's pretty tall. That might be too
One
tall.
big chunk of muscle.
No, But hey, I'll treat you to a nice dinner.
Yeah, I talked a few weeks ago about how my friend tricked me and Stefan to hanging out, and that was the night Stefan and I fell in love, and I owe that all to Mason. So Stefan and I wouldn't be possible without Mason, but I knew Mason before I knew Stefan.
Shoulder flex.
Moving in to my favorite superset of all time, okay? A superset is when you combine 2 exercises, you complete them back to back without resting. So for this set, we are supersetting goblet squats with RDLs. Starting off with the sumo goblet squat, I place my feet past shoulder width apart, toes pointed slightly outward, holding a kettlebell up on my chest. You can also swap this out for a dumbbell. If your gym doesn't have kettlebells, the kettlebells are just easily accessible to me. Normally, I would choose a dumbbell for this exercise, so go with a dumbbell if that's what you're most comfortable with. In a goblet squat, I really take my time with this exercise and focus on pressing up through my heels and squeezing and activating my glutes at the same time. Just like I talked about doing in the split squat, it's so important to do it here. The activation I can feel in my glutes as I'm pressing up in a goblet squat, it's unbeatable. So after you finish your goblet squats, we're moving straight into RDLs, one of my all-time favorite hamstring exercise. Making sure that your back stays flat, core nice and tight. Think about pressing your hips back. A common mistake here that I see is people are thinking about pulling their back up and down, and that's going to place a lot of emphasis on your back, which you should not be feeling at all. Instead of focusing on lifting up and down with your back, I want you to focus on moving your hips back and forward. As you lower down, keeping the dumbbells super close to your legs, go down to where you feel comfortable, and on your way up, instead of pulling up with your back, pressing your hips forward, squeezing your glutes, and really feeling the stretch and the pull in your hamstrings. I like to stop just short of a full range rep. That's really gonna help keep that pressure and tension in your glutes throughout the entire set. We're doing 3 sets of this superset with a good 60 to 90 second rest in between, and then it's time time to move on, girl. You'll notice I don't love to use a ton of machines. I know in super busy gyms, machines, they're the first to go. So I want to make these leg workouts as accessible as possible. So for this next exercise, all I did was scooch over just a little bit. I moved out of the squat rack, grabbed that bench that I was using for the hip thrust, grabbed a mat, and we were doing some elevated glute bridges. This exercise is forever and always going to be a go-to for me. I feel so much activation in my hamstrings in these movements. It's undeniable. So pop down on your back. You're going to be doing 10 single leg elevated glute bridges into 10 glute bridges with both your legs. I like to focus on digging my heel into the bench, and with each movement, I'm telling you, your hamstrings will be on fire, especially moving from the goblet squats to RDLs into this movement. I used to think bodyweight movements, they're not gonna do anything for me, you know? But let me tell you, I was wrong. Somebody commented that my whispering was creepy, and I'm offended. You know, it's like, would you rather me whisper or scream at you? I can't not do one of those. 10 single leg on your right, 10 single leg on your left. Put both legs down and do 10 more elevated glute bridges. I actually went ahead and added body weight hip thrusts as well. So I popped on a band. The band I'm using is a light medium, and it still adds so much tension where you really have to focus. The band's gonna wanna push your legs in, and you have to focus on pushing your knees out through all 30 reps. You heard that correctly. I did 30 banded body weight hip thrusts. It has been my favorite way to burn out my glutes lately. This set is a tricep. You want to move from the single leg elevated glute bridges into the elevated glute bridges straight into the banded body weight hip thrust without stopping. Take a breather after you finish that set. We are going to be doing 3 sets of this. And finally, to finish off this hot fire flames leg day, we are going to be moving over to the cable machine for cable pull-throughs. I used to do cable pull-throughs all the dang time, and just like cable kickbacks, I kind of forgot about them. I love cable pull-throughs. I used to do them completely incorrect, where it was more of a hamstring exercise rather than a glute exercise. So here's what to do. You wanna move the cable machine to the floor, use a rope attachment, push it in between your legs. You wanna step far enough away from the cable machine that when you're bending down, you still have tension in that cable machine. It's not hitting its home base, you know, and there's no tension. So take a few steps away from the cable machine. I like to be in a pretty wide stance with my toes pointed slightly outward. Just like an RDL, I want you to focus on pushing your hips back. In an RDL, your legs are staying a bit straighter. In a cable pull through, you really need to bend and sit back with it, and then press your hips forward and squeeze your glutes nice and tight. I used to do this more as a hamstring focused exercise because I wasn't bending my legs enough. So make sure that you're really sitting into it, pressing back and forth with your hips, squeezing your glutes at the top. This is very similar to a hip thrust, but standing. We are gonna be doing 3 sets of 15, and then that's it. You're finished. All right, you guys, that is going to wrap up today's leg workout. I will be sure to put the entire workout in the description box below so you can screenshot it and take it with you to the gym. If you like workouts like this where they're very descriptive, I walk you through the entire workout, then go ahead and check out my Workout with Whit playlist. I have over 120 plus dedicated workout videos just like this that you can take with you and do it at the gym. I love you guys so much. It's day 6 of WHITMAS, baby. We're halfway. How? I'm asking myself the same cue, girl. Listen, I'm also running out of WHITMAS ideas, okay? I still want to do a get ready with me and a winter clothing lookbook try-on video. I'm just waiting for a few pieces to make it in the mail. So definitely let me know what you want to see for the second half of WHITMAS. I love y'all so much. Thanks for coming back here every other day. Y'all are too good to me. I don't deserve you, but thank you for being here. I hope you're enjoying the WHITMAS season, and until next time, I will see you next time for WHITMAS 2019